Are you mic'd up?
Yes, sir.
You ready? You're just picking the earwax out of these?
Yeah, sorry.
Hey guys, we're doing a special thing. We're on a different set because, as I've told you guys, we are tearing down the AVG set. I mean the VGA set. So here we are on the AVG set, and a new character has been released on Overwatch, so we're doing an emergency show and trailer on location. Kind of like we did in Germany when the May short came out.
Are you looking there or are you looking there?
Wow, these are full of earwax.
I know, dude.
This is disgusting.
I know.
And we share these with the guys. I want to put them in the right and left ears.
I have to...
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Oh,
yeah,
I get
so
it.
that we can hear each other. So we're going to watch this new thing that came out. I don't know anything. Becky said she saw a tiny bit of stuff.
Just a little bit of things on Twitters.
I know that Blizzard's been teasing this since, like on Twitter, like little things.
Oh, okay.
And the only thing I've seen is that they tease this one, like, shot of a brick wall, and then a ball rolls by, like a metal ball.
Oh, okay.
And it says rolling on in or something like that. And people, oh my god. It's a fucking hamster? What the fuck? What the fuck? It's a fucking hamster?
Apparently.
I'm just looking at the I don't know what I'm gonna do. We're watching it on the iPad here, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, but it stopped recording, but like, I mean, okay, you'll see. Hopefully this keeps recording. I'm recording the screen on the iPad. We're on the official Overwatch, Play Overwatch page. Lisa's trying to jump up at the camera, and I swear to God, if you get in the way of that fucking camera, man.
Come here.
Why? Why is that interesting to you? You don't care? Get over here.
Come here.
Stop it.
Come here.
Come here.
Nothing.
Fucking cat.
Over there.
Record her so I have B-roll of this. Actually, don't. Who knows what that'll do? You're already recording. Never mind. You little shit. All right, so it's a hamster. I'm going into the Play Overwatch channel, and I'm looking... Okay, that's the new social features announcement. 6 hours ago, developer update introducing Wrecking Ball is this name. New hero coming, Wrecking Ball origin story. Let's watch the origin story, because I need to know what the fuck I'm looking at here.
Journal entry 1963-4.
Oh, he comes from the space experiments.
Status update on Specimen 8. By now, we're all used to our super intelligent gorillas on the colony. But the hamster, we've named him Hammond, continues to be one of our biggest surprises.
He was plotting escape.
From the genetic modification, we have more trouble.
He made the escape happen
than any of the other animals. Somehow, he managed to get out of his cage again. It took us days to find him. I can't help but wonder what it is he's looking for when he gets out there. He's shown impressive problem-solving skills and adaptability to new situations. And he's overcome all the challenges that have been placed in front of him. I, for one, can't wait to see what trouble the little guy gets up to next.
Did he, like, win some sort of thing at Junkertown? Like, what was that?
Oh, I was, like, so overwhelmed in my head with so many things. Like, I wasn't even, like, paying complete attention. We need to watch that again.
Oh, my God.
Meanwhile, Lisa's meowing, and, like, what are you thinking of, Lisa?
She's thinking about jumping up there.
Yeah, you're thinking of jumping up there, and then doing what? Knocking over my fucking $3,000 camera? Is that
that's what
her attention is trained on it. Like, that's all she cares about right now.
I don't even know why.
Fucking Lisa.
You're stealing the show, you little ass.
Alright, so I guess I want to watch that one more time.
Okay.
Because I need to, like... So you saw stuff like... You fucking... we have to stop her. Go get her. She's going to go behind it.
No.
Fucking
stop,
cat.
Stop. You stop.
She'll push... She will push it forward. Alright, put her out. Put her out. She gets punished. Bring her in front of the camera first so that everybody can see this bad cat. Come over here.
This is the bad kitty.
This is the bad one.
She gets punished with love.
All right, but she goes outside. You were a bad cat. You were too curious. And now you go.
Oh,
you get put outside the room while the other kitties just lays about on the floor like good cats.
I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry.
Why? There's so many other things in this room she could explore right now. All right, we're watching the story again. I'm pressing play now. Okay.
Journal entry 1963-4, Harold Winston. Status update on specimen 8.
So it's the scientist who
By
we thought
now,
was dead,
we're
but
all
and yet
used
he's
to our
narrating his
super
own
intelligent gorillas on the
memories.
colony. But the hamster
recording.
we've named
Right.
him Hammond
I'm an idiot.
continues to be one of our biggest surprises.
Escape. Let's wait the
Even
plan.
though he's grown from the genetic modification, we have more trouble keeping track of him than any of the other animals. Somehow, he managed to get out of
this
his
is
cage
his-
again.
Yeah,
It
that's
took
his-
us days to find him. I can't help but
He
wonder
landed at
what it is he's
Junkertown
looking for when he gets out there.
and then
Shown
competed in the
impressive
mech
problem-solving
battles.
skills
This
and
is I'm gonna
adaptability to new
probably it's already been
situations.
predicted.
And he's
Yeah, and then he, like,
overcome all
wins.
the challenges that
And
have
then he
been
wins.
placed in front of him. I, for one, can't wait to see what trouble the
It's
little guy gets up to
probably
next.
already been predicted, but I think mech battles or like some sort of like 1v1 type of like cage match thing in the future, maybe a year in the future or longer, like a new game mode where it's 1v1 cage matches with mechs will be like an added-on mode
Wow,
in
that would be
Overwatch.
wild.
Right now we only have 2 mechs, but then the Queen of Junkertown people have like said might end up being a mech battler, right?
So was that the Queen of Junkertown there?
Giving away the award?
Yeah.
It's possible. Yeah. It looks like recording a screen on an iPad doesn't work very good,
that?
so I'm going to have to sync this all up later, which sucks, but whatever. I'm going to look at the developer update now, so now it's starting. There we go. So that's an animation of him.
Hero 28 is
Jeff looks
rolling
excited.
into the lineup
Yep.
in today's developer update. I'm Jeff from the Overwatch team. I'm very excited to introduce to you Wrecking Ball. Now you might be
What's his
wondering
real name?
who Wrecking Ball is, so we should talk
Did
about
it
the
say
little
him?
guy's
Hammond,
background
yeah.
a little bit. So on the Horizon Lunar Colony, we already know that experimentation was happening with animals, which led to our favorite talking gorilla, Winston, being not only highly
talking
intelligent, but
gorilla.
able to communicate with us human beings. Well, on the side, they were doing experimentation with other animals as well. And Hammond, who is a hamster, ended up growing not only quite large, but also gaining a lot of intelligence himself. Now, when the apes of the lunar colony went crazy and revolted and attacked the scientists there, we know that Winston escaped, but what we're going to learn is that Hammond hitched a ride in an escape pod along with Winston off of the moon. Now, as they were hurtling towards planet Earth, Hammond's pod
Listen to yourself for a second,
broke
Jeff.
off and landed in a different location. We know that
Just-
Winston ended up landing
a good
at
story.
Watch Point,
2 men in
Gibraltar,
white
where he
coats
sort of
come
set
along
up
and like
his
just
home
kind of like
base.
drag him away.
Hammond landed on the outskirts of Junkertown in Australia. Now, while this might have been an overwhelming challenge to some, Hammond really embraced the moment, and he took it as an opportunity to modify his escape pod into a devastating mech. Now, nobody in Junkertown knew that Hammond was actually a hamster, and
I love
he
this
competed
story.
in the Queen's gladiatorial combat for some time, actually winning numerous times, unbeknownst to anybody that he was actually a hamster.
All right,
And they
Mr.
just knew him as
Kaplan.
Wrecking Ball.
The hamster won't bother you
Devastating force
anymore.
that could win
He's a devastating
gladiatorial
force. I
combat
swear.
over and over
Wrecking
again.
Ball.
Now, Hammond is not a junker and not part of the Junkers. He had a lot of fun winning their championship over and over again, and he used his mechanical skills to really modify that escape pod. But now he's moved on and he's sort of wandering the planet, doing fun things. Now, there's certain
Doing
things I should
fun
clarify
things.
for you. Hammond
Chilling.
cannot
Going to
talk. He does
McDonald's.
not speak English or any other language. That would be completely ridiculous. However, the mech, which he highly
silly.
modified, has communication abilities. So he can speak, in essence, through the mech. The mech itself has a minor AI.
He better have a
that
voice
can
line
also
that's I came in like a
communicate.
wrecking
So
ball
the mech
in a
is
hamster
not an
voice.
Omnic, and Hammond
that sound
is
like?
not
I
a
don't know.
junker. These are the most important things for you to know about his background and his backstory. Hammond is also
Fuck.
good
I
friends with
missed that.
Winston. They're able to communicate to each other, but Winston is not yet aware that Hammond has made his way back to the planet. So that's going to be a bit of surprise for everybody. Now, what you're all wondering is, what are Wrecking Ball's abilities? Wrecking Ball is a tank. I think he's one of the funnest tank characters we've ever added to Overwatch. The primary thing that
Probably
he
an
can do
offensive tank.
is shift into ball mode.
Yeah.
Cool.
So not only can he be a quadruped tank shooting his quad cannons, which are really devastating, high rate of fire, high spread, big impact guns that he has, but he can switch into ball mode and then roll around with devastating impact.
Wow.
Now, while in ball mode, he has a grappling hook that he can shoot out and grasp onto things that allows him to swing all over the place.
He needs a voice line that's like,
for our highly skilled players, you're going to find a lot of
Like that.
nuance and
Something like that.
fun in mastering this movement ability that will really get you into all sorts of unique
What the
situations.
fuck?
Now, if you swing
is
up really
wild.
high in the air,
I wonder if you can
and
use
you use what
momentum.
would be the crouch button on any other character, it will cause Wrecking Ball to go into his pile driver
Oh my
move,
God.
which sends him hurtling towards Earth at a rapid speed and also doing a lot of devastating damage.
I'm trying to.
He also has an adaptive
Doom
shield
Fist?
ability because
Yeah.
he's a tank. And the way this works
Adaptive
is
shield.
if you just press the adaptive shield, you'll gain a minimum amount of shields every single time. But if you do the adaptive shield while you're surrounded by more enemies, you gain even more shields. So this really encourages
Obviously,
Wrecking
it
Ball
has a
to
cooldown.
get into the fray, get into the middle of the enemy team, and then use that adaptive
So
shield.
he's gonna be played
to
like a
highly
diva.
disruptive. Now his ultimate is a lot of fun.
Type
It's what we call
character.
a zoning ability, and it's minefield. So when Wrecking Ball presses his ultimate, it deploys a number of mines out in the area. They take a little while to arm, which gives people some time to get out of the way. They're very visible and very audible to the
you say
enemy
that's an
team.
ultimate?
But if the enemy team steps into the minefield, well, devastating explosions happen.
Can you
now,
shoot
the
them?
intention for Wrecking Ball is for him to be a very disruptive, high mobility tank, and we think he's a ton of fun to play. We know
Really?
that we have a lot of tank players,
Oh, he's
and we
a
also
ton
have a
of
lot of
fun.
players
I love
who
playing tank.
haven't quite found the tank for them yet. So we're hoping that Wrecking Ball brings a new element. We also know how much you like our Horizon Lunar Colony lore and the story going on there and characters like Winston, and we wanted to introduce you to more characters from the Horizon Lunar Colony. Plus, with his stint amongst the Junkers, he also brings in a little bit of that Junker flair that we hear that you guys like so much.
Yeah,
so
man.
all in all, we feel like Wrecking Ball is a great addition to the Overwatch lineup. He's really something different. He's really out there. We think you'll have a ton of fun playing him, and we're really looking forward to all the great things that you're going to do playing Wrecking Ball. Thank you.
Huh.
Crazy.
All right, let's go to the website and see that. Oh my God.
You're cute. You're super cute.
I think he knows it.
Uh-oh.
I
It's
need,
always dangerous.
yeah, rule 34 of him in the outfit that Miley Cyrus wears in Wrecking Ball. The cutoff shirt. And, all right, so if I go to Overwatch.com, I think it is, right? Overwatch.com, they own that?
I hope.
No, they don't. Geospatial Solutions?
Whoa.
Okay,
Seriously?
wait. Overwatch. Is it just Blizzard / Overwatch? I'll try again to start
PlayOverwatch.com.
recording. 3, 2, 1. My iPad's recording itself, and I'm sure it'll stop at some point. It doesn't seem to be very good at this. PlayOverwatch.com, yeah. Loading up. Okay. Let's see what we got. Developer update. Is he under Heroes? Hopefully they've updated it by now. Usually they do. And then he'll have a write-up in here as well.
So he'll have like a lot of health probably because he's a tank.
Mm-hmm.
And then shields on top of that.
Yeah, I wonder how much health and everything. Usually we rely on our live chat to tell us all these things, but I don't know where to go. And their website is really sucking right now. I'm going to go to the Overwatch wiki and hope, I don't know which one will show up if I search Overwatch wiki. Yeah, it's not our connection. It's just the Overwatch website is shit right now, so that's odd. Maybe it's getting slammed, but it's fucking Blizzard. You'd think that they would have... All right, so I'm going to just put in Hammond, and hopefully a new article has been made, and maybe some stats are on here. There we go.
Oh.
Wrecking Ball is what he's listed as.
Do
not anger the hamster. Weapons linked, engaging, control link established. So that's all going to be all the voice lines from his little mech guy.
Okay.
Is going to be saying that. Do not anger the hamster.
He's 14.
He's 14 years old. Test subject formerly. Mech pilot mechanic is what he is. He's a Horizon. Okay, formerly, and he's formerly of Junkertown.
Okay, health 500, armor 100.
So 600 health puts him on par with most of the tanks. He's not the weakest, but he doesn't have the most armor either. He's 100. That makes him 100 more than Reinhardt, right? I think. Wrecking Ball's tinkering capabilities and ironclad mech make him a formidable tank hero, capable of bowling through the front line of the opposition. I think this is written by the wiki people. Okay, now I finally got this loaded up. I've got the official site loaded up. He's not in here.
Oh, weird. Wait, tank.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I'm on all
it
heroes.
It should be all.
So, This is Blizzard, though. They, sometimes take for... they probably put it on a stub, on their announcement or something like that. Weird. I'm just going to go back to the wiki while their website continues to be terrible. Shreds through. No team is too much for Wrecking Ball to engage against his adaptive shield, which generates more health based on the numbers of enemies. His shield is incredibly difficult to kill, and when he bulldozes into the fray, once he starts to get low health, also provides him with an endurance to escape. Okay. I'm just going to look at his abilities now. So quad cannons he has, and they do 5 damage per shot, 15 meter fall off range, spread angle is 2 degrees. All these things I need to compare, 25 per second. I wonder what DPS that gives him. Fall off
80.
15 meters, caps at 25 to a 50% reduction. So I'm pretty sure Orisa has no fall off, so this makes him less effective at long range than Orisa.
Seems like a tank that would want to get in there. Though.
Grappling hook, 20 meters per second. It fires out from him. 18 meters is the maximum range, which is really far, quite far. It's quite far. Area of effect, 6 meters.
Cooldown 5 seconds.
What does it mean, area of effect of the grappling claw?
How far the person
That was the
is?
maximum range.
But would it be
It doesn't grapple people. It what?
If it's between 12 and 18 meters?
So you think the area of effect is the amount that he can swing around?
Yeah.
He has a 6 meter radius? It just says 6 meters. It doesn't say radius. It doesn't say diameter, circumference. It just says 6 meters area of effect.
Yeah, I don't know.
Duration 1.5 seconds after release. I guess that's the slam is what it's talking about. Attaches to a surface capped at 6 meters when rolling away from the point of tethering. Whoever it's... This feels like a thing I need to see demonstrated. This is really hard to understand when you haven't seen it. The roll is 50 damage when at high speed damage. That's more than what Reinhardt and D.Va do while ramming into people as they go by. Reinhardt obviously does a lot when he gets the one person, but he also does damage to people as he goes by, which is I think only 30, and I think D.Va's is 35. I'm probably wrong by a little bit. The pile driver does 100 damage.
Damn.
And that's not an ultimate. That's just something he does at any time he's in the air. He can pile drive.
10-second cooldown.
With a 10-second cooldown. So as long as he's been launched somehow. So I wonder how high he has to be in order to initiate it. Can he just hop in the air and then pile drive and have an area effect of 10 meters? Or does he have to be, there we go, 10 meter minimum cast height. So he has to have somehow either by being launched himself with his grappling claw or being launched somehow by some other means, like jumping
like
off of
Maywall
something or getting off a Maywall or...
How tall is a Maywall?
It'd be enough.
Yeah.
10 meters, I think. But, like, also, maybe when Junkrat launches him into the air with a thing,
With a mine.
that might be a benefit to him if an enemy Junkrat launches him up. And then his adaptive shield gives him 100 barriers, 100 per enemy. 100 extra per enemy.
I knew there was something else with his health.
And it doesn't say there's a maximum. So he can get up to 700.
Holy shit.
Because 100 plus 100 per enemy, so 6 on the enemy team, a total of a possible 700 for a total of 1,000. He was 500 health?
Yep.
Or was he 600?
He's 500 health, 100 shield.
So it's total of... Wow. That's 13,
But they have to
1,300, and it will all count as shields so long as the last health he had was shield. Because everything underneath shields counts as armor so long as there's even a little bit of armor on him.
Right.
So that makes it even more powerful. So that's like an effective
But
health
they
of
have
probably
to
like...
be within a certain radius,
Yeah,
right?
7 meters. So pretty damn close.
Yeah.
So the chances of that happening is going to be really rare that he gets that much health, but that's still really powerful. This continues to make Winston such a weak tank. He's such a weak tank. He's so specific when you can use him. And I love him. I love using him.
Yeah.
But he either requires you to have a dedicated fucking healer, like somebody who's absolutely dedicated to you and can come with you and help you, or just very specific situations for Winston. Right. But this, like, what I'm seeing here is a way better Winston type character, like... Minefield, 50 health per mine is how much is how much health the mines have.
So
and they do 130, yeah. And they do 130 damage. They last for 20 seconds, then they go away.
Okay.
Interesting. And that charge is
required.
really low. I think that's how many points you need before you get your ultimate. Every character has a certain amount.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure Brigitte's is like 3,500.
Really?
That seems really low to me, but I might be fudging the numbers again. Wow.
It's a hamster.
All right. So it says here some of his story. Horizon Lunar Colony. In one of the many experiments at the Horizon Lunar Colony, animals were given genetic therapy to assess their adaptation of extended periods of habitation on the moon. Unexpected side effects. Several of them exhibited exceptional growth in physical size and brain function. While most of the test subjects were gorillas and other primates, there were some exceptions, including a hamster named Hammond. Like the others, Hammond's intelligence grew, and he became more curious about the world around him. Much to the puzzlement and amusement of the scientists, Hammond would frequently escape into different parts of the moon base. Though they'd always find him and return him to his cell, they never figured out the true purpose behind his nightly escapades. What they didn't know is Hammond was busy teaching himself the skills of a mechanic, which would soon come in handy. In time, Hammond became good friends with one of the gorillas, Specimen 28. Is that definitely Winston?
Specimen 28, I thought was supposed to be...
It links to Winston anyways.
Yeah.
Before the base's fall, Hammond escaped from his cage, and Dr. Zhang noted his absence, but few... Okay, so he escaped right before the fall of the base, but few within the base gave it much heed. Hammond's possibly escaped into the base's ventilation system as in the same time frame. Flores noticed strange noises coming from the system. The colony was eventually thrown into chaos when some of the gorillas rose up against the human scientists and took control. Not all of the animals participated. However, the Specimen 28, taking the name Winston, was making a plan to escape to Earth. Hammond sensed his opportunity, ignored the uprising, but he built a makeshift capsule, apparently converting the hamster ball into an escape pod and the claw arm on a tether, and secretly hitched onto the bottom of Winston's craft as the gorilla blasted off from Launch Bay 14. As the two entered Earth's atmosphere, the tether broke, and when Winston landed, Watch Point Gibraltar, Hammond landed in a different location, the wasteland of Australian outback, the outskirts of Junkertown. Hammond modified his escape pod to become the cockpit of his own mech to enter the lucrative mech battle arena of the scrapyard. Working his way up in the ranks among the junkers, and competitor known as Wrecking Ball went from a contender to champion and had fun winning numerous times. This sounds like a story written by a fucking 12-year-old.
I liked it when Jeff read it.
Though the pilot's identity remained a mystery to all. Gathering his winnings, he was able to upgrade his mech enough to survive the dangerous trek out of Junker-controlled Outback. Now free to travel to do as he pleases, Hammond is exploring the world to find new adventures along the way. Years later, Lu Cheng Interstellar was able to retrieve information from Horizon's still operating monitoring system. Hammond was noted to be missing from the base. I think that... What was I going to say? I had a thought. Yeah, he obviously started the uprising, or at least he probably helped. Like, he unleashed some of the gorillas, or unlocked some of the cages.
Yeah, totally.
I think that's clear. They say he took advantage of the uprising, but I think he created it to some degree.
I could see that.
Let's see if YouTube...
Because he was able to escape.
...has any... Like, I've heard... You told me he was on the PTR, you think?
I believe so.
Let's just see if I can find any... PTR footage of him. New hero gameplay. I don't like that guy's name. Bro, you whack. Okay, I'm going to choose another YouTuber to look at. Hame? Overwatch? Well, that sounds like an appropriate person to watch.
Yeah.
If his name is Hame. It seems like when I go full screen is when it stops recording, so I'm going to... Hame.
But you need to be able to push yourself in here. So.
Wow, this looks fun to play.
That's so weird.
He's kind of small
you basically slam the
for a
ground,
tank.
which is pretty key.
Somebody else is playing him. Wow, so he can go in and out at any time, or it has a cooldown, like a slight cooldown, the ball mode. Yeah, it is about 5 seconds, or like he was like...
Oh my god, this looks fun. I wonder how many difficulty, like his difficulty
There we
rating.
go. Roll around. Oh, the mobility is nuts. Absolutely hilarious. Ouch. Oh, you just see Hammond fly out. Of course, this is a one...
You can see Hammond fly out?
A one-piece hero. It's not like a Diva mech, because Diva's mech can really disengage and cause some problems. Look at Brigitte go. So you can go in and out of your roll.
I'm glad we chose this guy. He's good.
Almost roll off the map. So you can run around with roll, pile driver, slam into the ground below to damage and launch enemies upwards. So if you can do death from above, I love the deep voice. It's absolutely hilarious. Right, so gonna roll in, roll hide, adaptive shields. So nice damage. That could be a nice little slam. I'll be able to get a good slam going. Ooh, EMP.
It's so weird to see him too fighting.
I can roll in and throw my mines now. Watch this. Watch this.
Oh, okay.
So he threw them out, and they float.
Get wrecked. Hammond just says get wrecked. Oh, I love it so much.
Hammond said it. Get wrecked.
I want to...
You'd think that it would be better to throw the mines on the point.
Yeah.
This is what we need to have a look at with Hammond's armor ratio. I've not even looked at his armor ratio yet.
Can you hear the squeaking?
His best. He has a little armor. There you go. As 600. But he gets those adaptive shields.
So he's a pretty fast tank. He basically has the ability to run like Soldier when he rolls.
A lot of damage and getting really nicely well shielded.
So it gives you a little counter there that if you initiate it right now, that's how many shield multiplier you'll get.
Oh, okay. In the bottom left hand.
Man, he's an anti-Pharah, as if Pharah needed any more anti-ability, like counters.
Fly up in the air or swing around.
Pharah's got to get a buff soon because she can be countered by so many characters.
Really?
When Orisa was added,
yeah.
Like already you see Sombra, who was added since she came around, who can counter her. That's amazing. He's pretty big, eh? He's like the size of a cat. And we thought the cat would be ridiculous, like the one that they said that they were thinking about creating.
Yeah, they thought the cat was too silly.
That makes me think the cat better be coming around.
Yeah.
We better get the cat now.
He used to get out and run away.
Anybody who's not familiar, there was originally going to be a cat that floated around in this little capsule and like shot at people.
As long as the cat doesn't talk, because that would be silly.
Some of the guerrillas decided to rebel, not all. Winston decided to escape. Hammond saw his chance, made his escape pod, but he didn't land. If I can swing around the corner like this. Yeah, okay, I think mastering this Hammond swing, this wreck-it, I keep calling him Hammond. He is Hammond, but a wrecking. Oh, there we go. Look, that's it.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Point this down, by the way.
Swings.
Look at that. There you
Okay.
go. He doesn't. He has a little jump. Can you see he's got a little jump? I wonder what Ham's emotes are, by the way.
He's doing an emote. It wasn't much of anything.
No.
He's
He's such a fat little
Now, I love
hamster.
Hammond's deep voice. Now remember, Hammond obviously can't speak, but he's got some kind of like speech synthesis thing. Oh my! Look at this.
You can probably find some
Oh,
really
you have
fun
a
places
flex
to
to
swing around.
Whoa!
I understand
Yeah,
now.
you can swing yourself
I understand how
around.
this works now. Oh, look at this. Oh, this is gonna be great.
Everybody's
Right.
gonna want to play this
the best
character
place for it to attach
forever.
to.
Brigitte was
Oh,
like
Hammond's
popular
no.
enough when she
Bad
came
Hammond.
out, but this is like she's obviously fun, but this is like just
What?
the funnest.
Cute.
No, that Hammond is a one-piece hero. Hit up the
All right,
shields, hit up
well-
the shields.
Wow.
We have a lot more to like. Obviously, I want to try him out too. We'll wait until he hits the PS4, and then we'll do some recording to make it so that we get that. But there was our look at Hammond. Insane. He is a little hamster.
A little hamster wrecking ball.
Once again, we're on the AVG set here. If you wanted to see more of this set, I don't want to show it all to you because that's one of the benefits of the Patreon that we have running for Awesome Video Games. There is a preview of this set on there if you wanted to join up on that Patreon. Maybe I'll link in the description. But maybe we will do some of these show and trailer, these emergency things for special things every so often to tide you guys over during our move to Japan. Since, as I've told you, we are in the move to Japan, and there is no such thing as Video Games Awesome for the next few months, 2 months.
Yes.
So stay tuned for that, but I hope you'll continue that these are appropriate supplementary material for you,
so.
you mega fans out there. Thanks for continuing to support us through this on our Video Games Awesome Patreon as well while we make this move, and we'll see you next time. I love you.
Don't worry about Lisa also.
And don't worry about Lisa. Oh, they're probably all pissed. Do you want to bring her back? See if
All
she's
right.
there? Yeah.
I'll go get Lisa.
Yeah, we're probably going to get so much hate because we got rid of her.
What'd you think?
Come on in. Is she
gonna
just
come
sitting
in?
there?
All the cats are back here. Oh,
You want to bring up Rediger?
sure. Hugo left.
You guys get kitty
rabbits?
previews?
Rediger's leaving. Here, come here.
Oh, because the door's been closed. That's the rule of cats. Like, if a door is closed, they want to be on the other side. So as soon as it's opened,
Here's Hugo.
bring him forward to where my face level is. Yeah. Here. There we go.
There. Hey, buddy.
This confuses him.
That's one of our kitties. What about you? Crazy cat? I can't get the crazy cat.
Yeah, no, she's not
She's
going to
too
allow it.
wild.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Goodbye. Love you.
Bye.